Apocalypse of Adam. The Apocalypse of Adam, discovered in the famous Nag Hammadi library of manuscripts, is a fascinating text that belongs to the Gnostic tradition. This text is notable for being one of the few apocalypses where the revelation is not received by a typical prophet but by Adam, the first man according to biblical traditions, who transmits his secret knowledge to his son Seth. The manuscript, written in Coptic and dated to around the 2nd or 3rd century AD, was found among other Gnostic texts in Nag Hammadi, Egypt, in 1945. The Nag Hammadi collection includes a wide range of writings that offer a unique perspective on early Christianity, Gnosticism, and the Jewish philosophical currents that influenced scriptural interpretation. The Apocalypse of Adam reflects a Gnostic reinterpretation of the story of creation and the fall of man, making it a key work for understanding Gnostic eschatological and soteriological beliefs. The Apocalypse is presented as a secret revelation that Adam shares with his son Seth, the third son of Adam and Eve, after Cain murdered Abel. According to the text, Adam recounts that before the fall, he and Eve possessed divine knowledge and a direct connection with God. However, after the fall, that knowledge was forgotten by much of humanity. This approach is very different from the Genesis account, where the fall is seen as a transgression that brought sin into the world. In contrast, in the Apocalypse of Adam, the fall represents the loss of divine knowledge, gnosis, which is necessary for salvation. One of the central themes of the text is the coming of a Savior, who will be born of a virgin and restore the knowledge lost by humanity. This messianic figure is presented as the Redeemer who will free the righteous from the rule of the archons, the evil rulers who control the material world. These archons, according to Gnostic cosmology, are inferior beings who created and dominate the material universe, with their supreme ruler being the demiurge, a distorted figure of the Creator God from the Jewish tradition. The Apocalypse describes a succession of generations and wicked reigns that will be defeated by divine intervention at the end of time. This historical scheme reflects the Gnostic view of the world as a corrupt and fallen place, dominated by evil forces, but destined to be liberated by the action of the Savior. The Apocalypse of Adam is Gnostic in its essence, and this is reflected in its strong dualism. The contrast between the kingdom of light and the kingdom of darkness, between knowledge, gnosis, and ignorance. Instead of seeing Adam as a simple fallen being, the text presents him as a bearer of divine knowledge, attempting to pass on the secret of salvation to his descendants. The symbolism of the Savior who will be born of a virgin has clear Christian resonances, suggesting that the text was written in a context where Christianity and Gnosticism interacted and shared some ideas. However, Gnostic theology differs from Orthodox Christianity in its view of the material world. For Gnostics, salvation is not attained through obedience to the law or faith in redemption through Christ's sacrifice, but through spiritual awakening that leads to the soul's liberation from material domination. The Apocalypse of Adam was not accepted in Orthodox Christian circles or in Rabbinic Judaism, as its Gnostic message was considered heretical. However, this apocalypse offers a profound insight into how some ancient communities understood humanity's ultimate fate and the nature of divine knowledge. The figure of Seth as the repository of secret knowledge is also significant, as in some Gnostic currents, Seth and his lineage were seen as the true bearers of the divine spirit, in contrast to Cain's lineage, associated with evil. This text, along with others from Nag Hammadi, has helped modern scholars better understand the diversity of religious thought in early Christianity and late Judaism. It also highlights the importance of knowledge, gnosis, as the means by which humans can transcend the material world and attain salvation. Thank you for watching our video. Subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Give it a like, comment your thoughts, and share this video with your friends and family.